One of Coronation Street's latest storylines is tackling the issue of grooming. This is something soaps have done before, both years back with Tracy Corkhill in Brookside and more recently with Jacob Gallagher in Emmerdale. This is no doubt an important issue, but there's something about Corey's attempt that isn't landing. A few months back, we were introduced to the Driscoll family, including teenage son Will. It was revealed very quickly that Will had been in a relationship with Megan, his sports coach. The grooming had started in Hull, where they'd moved from, and she very quickly got herself a job in Weatherfield and a relationship with Daniel Osborne. However, as the story has gone on, Megan, grooming aside, has been presented as a likable character. She fits in well on the street, and we've seen a vulnerable side with her pregnancy. Meanwhile, the opposite approach has been taken with Will, with the character attacking Daniel on Christmas Day, leaving him for dead and seemingly showing no remorse afterwards, even being okay with his gran framing a homeless person for the attack. Now, there is an argument for what Corey are doing. Megan has been described as a narcissist, and narcissists are able to put on a charming persona. Meanwhile, victims of grooming aren't always likable people. But the problem with framing the story in this way is that viewer sympathy at the end of the day won't lie where it rightly should, with the person undergoing the abuse. At best, people will shrug their shoulders. At worst, they might even find themselves genuinely liking Megan and wanting her to have more of a presence on the street. As soap producers so often say themselves, institutions like Coronation Street are in a unique position to raise awareness and shed light on issues affecting society. They're able to spark conversation and even save lives. Aiden's suicide story several years ago is a good example of an issue-based story done correctly, not sensationalized, but approached with care. Sadly, the same can't be said here. If we can't connect with Will, then why are we going to care what happens to him? Grooming is a serious issue, and it needs to be treated with respect. If they had introduced Will, allowed us to get to know him, show some of his more positive character traits, and then started the grooming, viewers would have already been invested. Instead, it feels like Corey are throwing everything at the wall, from the initial grooming scenario to a shock attack to a who's the daddy storyline. It's too late to stop the story entirely, nor am I suggesting they do so, but in the coming months, maybe they should go back to basics. Stop the constant drama and start showing the emotional and psychological impact of grooming on Will. And more importantly, make him a character we can relate to. Make him a character teenagers will relate to, especially anyone watching who could be going through a similar situation. Coronation Street could do a lot of good still if they wanted to. They just need to think about how to tell this story. What do you think? Are you enjoying this story? Do you have the same problems I do with the way it's being told? Sound off in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe for more Soap Scribe content.